Yo, what's going on? How you guys doing? Let me just adjust this real quick. What's going on? How you guys doing? Perkins Talks. It's another day, another episode. Yo, let's get this started. Let me talk to y'all real quick. So, back in the days, there was a game called Tug A, right? I don't know how y'all pronounce it fully, right? But from where I come from, we pronounce it as Tug A, right? We don't pronounce the of. And I realized that there's a lot of words that we say back in New York, and we don't really pronounce the full extent of the word, right? But that's just who we are. But anyway, so Tug A War. I've always hated the game, just like the game Seesaw, right? You sit on one side, the other person's on the other side. You balance each other out first, and then but Tug of War, I've always hated the game, because of the fact is that you're trying to pull with all your might the other team to where this line is, and a lot of times you just get defeated, right? A lot of times you just like, you know what, I lost. Okay, I'll take the L for that one, right? But for me, I've always lost. No matter if I had good people on my team, no matter if I had the strongest people on the team, no matter if I had the well-disciplined people on my team, I've always lost. I mean, there was one time that I've actually came up victorious, right? There was only one time that I actually yes, I won. Y'all suck at life. I'm sorry. Anyway, but Tug of War, right? And if you don't know, it's one couple people on one side, couple people on the other side. So let's say 5 and 5, right? So there's 5 people on one side, 5 people on the other side. You gotta pull this rope all the way to your end so that the other team loses. It's a pretty interesting game, but in life, I feel that, especially for me now, right? And I know I've talked about this topic so many times, but I probably put a different name or a different label on it. Um, but Tug of War, right? Because I think that there's times where we are at a crossroads, right? And I know I talked about that before. So we're at a crossroads and we don't know which way to take. We don't know which way to go. We don't know if it's this or if it's that, or if I should go here or if I should go there. A lot of times we don't know that because it's not clearly defined. As I was talking to one of my friends, right, I had said, I had asked for prayer, regarding a situation I'm going through, regarding something that regarding a decision I had to make, whatever, right? And basically, the decision, so basically he was basically saying how normally that the decision is not clearly defined, and that usually when you pray, that it's still not clearly defined. It just gets more confused. It just gets more jumbled up. It just gets more like, what's going on here, Um, but, but, um, it's at that moment, where you just always have to just constantly pray and ask God, especially if you're a Christian and stuff like that. Pray and ask God for clear directions, clear vision, clear everything, because you don't want to always make that mistake and you regret it. You don't want to always make that decision. You're just like, man. And even though there's a lot of decisions that I made that I don't regret, I'm glad I made that decision. I'm glad I did this, whatever. We're not gonna talk about that. But Tug of War, right? So, because reason why I'm calling it Tug of War, because there's decisions in my life where either I have to stay here or go there, or do this or do that, and a lot of times is that you don't want to, because sometimes where you're at, not that you're comfortable, but that that you're in a good position right now. Things may not seem good, things may not look good, things may not be good, but that you're in a good place right here. That's how that's how I look at it. That's how I think of it, right? I'm saying, you know what? It could be bad. It could be worse. But right now, I know that I'm in a good place, type of thing, you know? But there's other opportunities that pull me. There's other uh, things that I can see that I'm like, you know what? That looks good. That really does. And a lot of times it could be dressed up so nice, so perfectly. You're just like, wow, that looks good. I might take that decision. I might go there. I might do that, you know? But a lot of times it's just that. A lot of times for me, it's I'm praying, I'm waiting on God. I'm like, Lord, you're going to have to show me. You're going to have to send 5 doves. You're going to have to send whatever just so that I can make this clear decision because I do not want to make a mistake. But just knowing that I've accomplished somewhat of a lot here. I know. I've accomplished so much here. I have friends here. I have kind of family here, you know. Um, but the thing is just that I'm like, Lord, you're going to have to provide. You're going to have to make a way where there seems to be no way, where things just seem a-okay, you know. Um, and a lot of times, a lot of that doesn't get clearly defined, doesn't get clearly cut out to where you're like, oh, bam. Now I know this is the right way. Now I know this is the right thing to do and stuff like that. Um, but if you're in that place like I am, I would definitely tell you just to be encouraged. Number one, you're not alone. That's number one. Because I'm there with you. And if it's just me, then oh well. But yeah, you're not alone in that decision. That's number one. Number two, just wait it out. Just wait it out. Because I know for sure that deep inside you're going to know what it is. It's going to be clearly defined what it is, right? And I think that's the point where we need to really get to, where it's like, you know what? Things may seem a little crazy now. Things may seem a little difficult now. Things may seem unanswered now, but I'm going to wait at this place right now that I'm at. I may not like where I'm at now, but I'm going to wait here until I get an answer, until it gets done, until I know that I know that I know that I know that that's where I'm supposed to be at. And man, oh man, I pray we don't have to wait until Moses' years. I pray we don't have to wait until Abraham's years. I pray that we don't have to wait that long just for an answer, just for a clear-cut answer, you know? And I've always said, if you feel good with inside, then go ahead and make the decision. Go ahead and do what you got to do, right? I've always said that. But there's times where you think that there's a right decision, but you're just not sure. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. I guarantee you that it will be answered in the right time that it's supposed to be getting answered. You feel me? So, yeah. Tug of war. Or tug of war. Or tug in war. Matter of fact, war. That's what I tell people when the group of guys, when we were getting together, they're like, hey, so how you doing? I'm like, I'm in a battle. I'm in war. That's how I'm doing. I'm in war. I'm at war. I'm all through war right now. And I think that is something that we're not going to be fully out of it yet. So, but, I mean, hey, listen, keep on praising God. Keep on doing what you got to do, right, for the kingdom and its purposes. So, well, that's what I got for y'all this time. It's Perkins Talks. Tune in next time for the next video. Be blessed, guys. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and live your best life. Take care.